So guys, in this lecture we will be talking about information gathering, mostly on passive information gathering. So passive information gathering is the process of collecting information about your target using publicly available information. This could include services like search engine result, WHOIS information, background check service, public company information. In other words, any act of gathering information about your target without communicating with them directly that can be considered passive. As with anything in life, preparation leads to success. So successfully for us, this means that the more information that we manage to gather about our target prior to our attack, the more likely that we will be succeed. A good example of passive information gathering occurred during a penetration attempt on a small company. It could be happen, and it could be happen to many small to large company as well. So let's now talk about web information gathering. So once we engage, or once the engagement starts, so let's go first to google.com, because as we are using web information gathering, how do they interact with the world? Do they have to sales dependent? Are they hiring? Browse the organization website and look for general information such as contact information, phone and fax number, emails, company structure, and so on. Also be sure to look for the sites, the link of the target site. So first, the Google search engine is the security auditor's best friend because especially when it comes to information gathering, it can enumerate with Google. So Google has a couple of the tools that it can enumerate, like if you just search Microsoft, then it will show you all of the results of Microsoft as well as different website. But if I just type site Microsoft.com, it will only show me the result only on Microsoft. As you can see, .microsoft.com, .microsoft.com. So all of those are domains of Microsoft. So we use this site parameter to limit the result that Google will show you only the Microsoft.com domain. So on this particular day, Google index around 67 million pages of this Microsoft domain. As you can see, you can go on and go on. Okay, as you can see, lots of more results of this domain. Now most of the results coming back to us originate from www.microsoft.com, which is the subdomain of each of these. As you can see, subdomain. So let's filter it out to see what subdomain may exist at microsoft.com. So just type site microsoft.com, then again site www.microsoft.com. So these two examples, as you can see, now we have only these domains. So these two simple queries have revealed quite a lot of background information about the Microsoft.com domain, such as a general idea about their internet presence and the list of the web accessible subdomains. So that's easy. So now let's use couple of other tools, like also you can use hundreds of interesting searches that can be made, and many of them are listed in a Google hacking database, which is GHDB. So there are lots of exploit database you can find in here, both for Google. As you can see, initiate index of Google, and all of those are Google database vulnerabilities. So you can go and do that. So you can use additional resources by which are available on Kali Linux inside of this Kali Linux tool. So let's see or use couple of the tools. So one is Netcraft. The first one is Netcraft. So the Netcraft is an internet monitoring based on England. So Netcraft can be used to indirectly find out information about web server on the internet, including the underlying operating system, web server version, uptime graphs, and so on. Then we can use which enumeration. So I know which is this one. So which is the name for a TCP service, a tool, and a type of database. So which database contains name, server, register, and some cases full contact information about a domain name. So each register must contain a which database containing all contact information for domain they host. So let's search for one. So let's use this which to see how this works. So just type which, then a website that I want to use. So like I am using megascorpon.com. No address. Okay, let's use a different website like Socarway, one of my favorite football website. So I will use this website. So let's say with, as you can see, they show me a lot of those information in here, and also the name, servers, domain name, and lots of useful information. So the which client can be performed as a reverse lookup rather than an inputting a domain name. It can provide an IP address as a result. So let's use which on my IP address 192.168.1.1. So as you can see, this is my IP address, this is the host name, parent, net type, and all of those information on my IP address. So it can use both on domain and also both on IP address. So notice how both register and the hosting provider are shown on those which IP addresses. Also, as you can see, lots of results you can see inside of this switch information. So that goes another one. So there is another one you can find which is ReconNG. So as described by this author, ReconNG is a full feature web reconnaissance. As I was saying, so ReconNG provides a powerful environment which is open source web-based reconnaissance, can be contacted quickly and thoroughly. So ReconNG has a look and feel similar to the Metasploit framework, reducing to learning curve for leveraging the framework. So let's use ReconNG to quickly compile a list of interesting data. So we'll be using the Wireshark module to come up with the employee name and email address at Cisco. So just type use recon slash contact con p1tscts contacts slash gather slash http slash api slash with underscore for invalid comment use recon gather HTTP API with show options. Okay, let's search for Novice POC recon ng. I think this vulnerable has been fixed, so that's why it cannot use this framework or this data. So let's okay, so I did some things. So as you can see, so first what you have to do in your Recon, you have to create a workspaces. So I just create my workspaces name as hacker target. Then I create a show options to see how you can do in here. And then show module. Then we need to source our website that you want to search. So just simply types open set source tesla.com as an example I used. So if you type info, and you can see you can use all of those that information you can get in here. Also the source, which is a tesla.com. So let's see, just typing run, it will see, as you can see, all of those information IP address and gather all of those passive information in here using this recon tool. So there is also a couple of the modules that you can find in recon, but also many of the modules in recon require API keys with their respective service provider. So take some time and check out the recon and some various other modules. That's all. So that's all about the passive information gathering.